Oh, Chloe, come here. Give me a hug. Oh, ah, you're supposed to be in bed. Oh, okay. You got Rebel. You happy now? Okay.
He still beat me.
Okay. You go upstairs. Have Mama tuck you back in bed. Oh, greetings, everyone. How is everyone doing this fine evening? We are getting into some mining tonight. Oh, there's just not a whole lot left to do at the moment, but they are doing server maintenance in the morning, so I am hoping that we can I'm hoping we can get some refinery orders in place, and then by the time we log in tomorrow, hopefully those will be done and we can just go and sell them. Get it on the cargo ship and go. Afflio. Doing pretty good. Hoping this maintenance tomorrow fixes commodities. I am hoping the same thing. That was one of the things on the list. So that is what I'm hoping for. But no, obviously with CIG, there's no promises. For all we know, they could fix one thing and then come patch time, they'll probably say, "Oh, well, we need a couple more days for commodities, or we need a couple more days for this." Blah blah blah. I don't know how long it's going to take them to fix it. I hope it's tomorrow, but I'm not going to get my hopes up too high. Where is this freaking setting at on OBS? Oh, that's an input device. That's oh, I'm a dummy. There we go. All right, cool. Well, Aflio, thanks for stopping by. And good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We're going to get into some mining. I think I said that already. We're not looking for anything specific, but obviously um, higher value commodities. We're going to be looking for higher value commodities, and yeah. If we find some quant, we find some quant. If we don't, we don't. We just want the big stuff. I want that money. I want that money. Oh, might help if I click on the right screen. And of course, my game crashes as soon as I switch screens. That's exciting. I did some gold mining yesterday, just waiting for that fix. Oh, that looks terrible. There we go. That should be better. Oh, God. What did I do? Yeah, I'm waiting for the fix too. I got a bunch of construction materials over at Checkmate that I haven't sold yet. I have some construction materials that I have over at, what is it, Crusader at Orison. It's just sitting in my inventory. I didn't feel like taking it all the way to Checkmate, so I gotta slap that in a refinery. Should probably do that tonight. And then Just go sell all of it. So that is on my list of things to do after that fix comes through. Oh wow, I'm at checkmate right now. I'm fixing to do a few bounty contracts, so I will be listening in while I play. Fair enough. Are those I mean, I know bounty contracts are one of the few things that's actually working right now. Are those actually still pretty profitable at the moment as well? After? Let's see here. Looky, looky, what do we have? Oh, you know what? I forgot to put the Argo bags on this. So we got to do that. I think I have a bunch of Argo bags at Orison as well. Unfortunate. All right, starting with some obsidian. Wasn't expecting much from that. That scan was really quick. I wonder what the server FPS is. Sitting right at 30. Fantastic. You love to see it. Barrel. Terranite. So I see you on that. 15.6 and 30.11 on the Terranite. We might actually crack that. Barrel. Just because we didn't put the Argo pods on here, and we might have just cracked it anyways, regardless of that. And another Terranite. Yeah. So we're gonna let's throw an Optimax on there. Well, if we lose all our stuff tomorrow, it is what it is. I am not worried about it because it's not like a full patch, so we shouldn't lose it. But you are right; it is something to worry about. But they didn't specifically say that things were wiping. They just said that they needed to shut down the servers. So now what does that mean exactly? I don't know. But it shouldn't require you to wipe your refinery orders. There we go. There is an emergency hot fix. It is at 6 a.m. for me, maybe 4 a.m. And that's 4 a.m. Pacific time. Specifically, it is 9:30 p.m. right now, so we're looking at what, 7.5 hours? Oh, we should be fine, gang. Our refinery orders will be fine. Ow. My ship. I just had that painted. Okay, we're fine. All right, so just for reference, we are running the Helix 1, and we have a Riger C3 and a Torrent 3 module because I like faster optimal zone charge rates. And look at that, look at that. Yeah, by the time I log on in the morning, Tuna, my kids will, I'll be done getting the kids breakfast and all that stuff, and yeah. So server maintenance in theory should be over by then. Wait, what the heck? We'll just back off a little bit. If you didn't know, if you need less power, you just back off a little bit and it'll give you less power. It's an amazing thing. Why why is it doing this? Uh, did we save our gadget? That is question number one. Inert material. We'll go ahead and take this one. Oh, that cluster modifier didn't do crap for me except on that one. Oh, never mind. I take it back. I'm sorry. How's the game performing tonight? So far so good, Charlie. So far so good. Server FPS is sitting at a good 30 right now, which is phenomenal for mining. I feel like I'm missing one. Is that my... That's my gadget. Alright, let's go get the gadget. Commander capitalism. Pick that bad boy on up right there. How do you have that Prospector kitted out? Can you still do the multi-bag trick to get a little more capacity? Unfortunately, I'll answer that second part first. No, you can't. You cannot do the multi-bag trick anymore. So, and I'll just show you real quick. But they essentially made the little pods on here um, non-physicalized, and so you're not able to move them anymore. So I could take the bags off. That's not an issue. I am inside a rock. This is not good. Let me out. Let me out. Oh, I got out. Whew. All right. So like this little pod right here, you would have to take this off and then put a bag in its slot. And now you can't do that anymore. They made these little disc non-physicalized. So you can still upgrade these to Argo ore pods, which I haven't done. I haven't done yet. And so once we go to the refinery, we are going to switch those out because I need to. That'll increase our capacity from, what is it, from 32 to 48, I believe, maybe 46. I'm not good at math. That's why I use a calculator. And if I do math, I have to check my formulas like 27 times before I fully commit to it. Possible to make the Argo bags persist on the Prospector. Last time I put them on, the ship didn't reclaim with them. As far as I know, the method to, and I haven't flown the Prospector all that much recently, I should say. I'm usually flying them all. That is loud. Oh, y'all probably can't even hear that. There. Last time I checked the ore pods, what you would have to do is put them on there, damage your ship, then repair the ship after you damaged it. That is not what I want. And that's kind of what I want. Oh, no, no, no. Boom. I just swap bags and look. 32 to 48. Thank you. So it's 48 SCU compared to the 32 you would have with the mist bags. A new child of the stone is born. This, oops. Fracturing mode on. Just have to unlock ports. They won't stay. Oh, yeah. If you claim the ship, they won't stay. Like, it's going to default to whatever the default loadout is. But if you repair, they should replace. They should replace whenever you repair. Oh, but thank you for that clarification, Monk. Come on now. All right, now let's ease on up in there. Boy, I appreciate the kind words and happy to help and keep you entertained. Thank you for stopping. Oh God, I'm getting distracted. There we go. Oh, my gadget. It's rolling down the hill. Let's get that before I forget about it. Iceman. Thank you for the sub, brother. Welcome to the Hollers Club. How you doing tonight, brother? And welcome in. Chilling as normal. Yeah. Yeah. Are you in Tarkov right now or are you just hanging out with the boys? Yeah. Gang, I will be right back. Oh, my game crashed. No. Oh man. I hope the mining laser turned off. Oh, 100K, how's it going? Not bad, brother. Not bad. How are you? Let me get caught up with chat real quick. How does it feel to be the guy that blew the doors open on the Dupree stuff last patch? Brother, when I tell you that that place turned into a war zone, I didn't like it turned into a war zone like overnight. Like I went to bed and woke up and all I kept hearing was Dupree is just a war zone. I didn't touch that place again. It was crazy. It was crazy. Thanks for all the good info. No problem, Snack Size Swords. And also, welcome in. I don't think I've seen you here before, but I haven't streamed often. But yeah, chilling as normal, hanging with the boys. Uh, anyone else had issues tonight? I did a few CFP contracts before I realized I wasn't being paid. Yo, there are some people that are reporting that the CFP missions are not working properly. Man, this I'm gonna have to change the screen because that's wild. Hello, how can Miss help you today? Why am I in the sky? Okay, well, we're gonna switch screens and we are going to see if the game crashes. It seems like OBS and Star Citizen are not wanting to cooperate. Oh yeah, Coit. So there were some people. One of my org mates was saying that Dupree, or not Dupree, the CFP missions are having issues with either just not working at all with the data pads, or they are. There we go. They're not working at all with the data pads, or they are not going to um, pay you out like you were saying. So he went over to Pyro and they were working perfectly fine over there. It is slower than doing it in stand, but they are working over there. Dr. Anrak, I've had issues since Sunday night. Yeah. Um, Stuff's bugged, gang. Stuff is bugged and it is not good. Hopefully, a lot of it gets fixed tomorrow. Oddly, this has been one of the cleaner patch besides the mole not working on patch launch. Yeah. Um, I don't know. When it comes to like actually mining and salvaging, like overall, it's worked really, really well. When you take into account all the other stuff that's in the game, like the event systems and stuff that are not working properly, it's pretty bad. Like it's pretty bad. Oh, my shields weren't on. Um, Waiting for Nick's on the PTU. Yeah, I'm waiting for the PTU as well because I haven't. I have a suspicion that we might get. I don't know. This is me just getting my hopes up. Base building, I think it's coming out with Nick's, or at least the tech preview. I think the tech preview might be coming out with Nick's at some point. It was a war zone. You pretty much created an event. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It. I don't know. It was the weirdest thing seeing all these people go from wanting nothing to do with Dupree, and then all of a sudden, like you log in and everybody's just like, "Don't go to Dupree." Oh, it's just it was weird because all the cargo bobs just wanted to do their cargo hauling missions and make money. And then you had this group of people that were like, "Oh, you're exploiting. We're going to kill anybody that's doing cargo hauling missions at Dupree." So everybody anybody with a cargo ship was just overall getting destroyed at Dupree. And then you had this third group of people like way over here, and they're like, oh, there's PvP at Dupree. Let's go over there. And so it's just like the vigilantes would get into a tussle with all the regular PvPers. And then all these cargo bobs would come in on their raft or C2 or whatever. And if it ever calmed down, like 2 a.m. in the morning for me, you could just take a reclaimer in there and get so much salvage. It was, it was ridiculous. But I don't know. I kind of feel bad, but at the same time, I don't because it was a bug. It needed to be fixed, which I'm surprised their solution to that was just. Uh, I'm surprised their solution was just removing Redwind from Stanton, to be honest. Bobo, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate you, man, and welcome to the Haulers Club. Um, Hunter K, any more hardcore gameplay? So I need to restart my hardcore run again. And you were here last time I did it. It was not last Friday, not last week because uh, my older daughter was sick, and so I kind of took a break last week from content creation stuff. That said, um, I put off the hardcore stuff because I knew that stuff in the PTU was bugged, like the cargo commodity terminals, the sales terminal, or really just any terminal that you can sell stuff at. It's all bugged. And so if I'm trying to do a hardcore run, it's not going to work very well if I can't sell anything. So hopefully tomorrow they'll have that fixed, and then I can continue on the hardcore run. Thankfully, I'm getting rep, just no money. I'll head to Pyro. I've not spent much time there yet. Yeah. Head to Pyro. And I keep trying to tell people, Pyro is not as bad as a lot of people make it out to be. It is a lawless system. Don't get me wrong. Like you will get shot down at some point in your time in Pyro, but as of right now, almost everybody's in Stanton. Everybody's in Stanton because that's where all the events are at. That's pretty much where everything is at. So, majority of people who are in Pyro are going to be at the contested zones, or they're going to be at the executive hangar. There's probably going to be like a few people doing the Lazarus sites, but that's pretty much going to be it. Um, And so if you're just doing bounty hunting missions or the CFP stuff or the priority missions, you should be fine. I've watched your videos for a while, but I haven't been able to catch your streams. Yeah, unfortunately, I stream pretty sporadically because of I streams sporadically because one, I just get tired. I get tired easily, but two, family man stuff, and so yeah. I'm trying to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday though. I know it's a Tuesday, but hopefully we'll be on tomorrow live streaming with the hot fixes and stuff. See if we can't. I really want to do like an economy video with the whole C. Hopefully the whole C is fixed tomorrow too, because that communication bug where you can't contact the ATC at all from your whole C, hopefully that is fixed. Because if it's not fixed, that's going to be a problem. I mean, I could still haul cargo in the C2. That's not going to be an issue, but I would much rather do it in the whole C. There are some really good whole C routes in Pyro that I want to try out and share with you folks in a video. But a lot of the stuff has changed, so it's totally worth getting into commodity trading, and so hopefully it'll be fixed tomorrow. I think the funniest part about everyone focusing on Dupree is that all the other mission sites were totally ignored. Absolutely. Like you could go to Microtech and do those same missions. Nobody mess with you. Sometimes you would get people at the Grey Cat facility when things died down at Dupree. But overall, yeah, you can go to any of the 3 other sites and you'd be fine. I'm a longtime viewer of the channel's videos, but this is the first time that I've made it to stream. Thank you, Snack. Thank you. Welcome in. Hit 9. What up, brother? Welcome into the stream. For the people here, they are patching the game and doing some maintenance. They're expecting a 4-ish hour downtime. Yeah, that's supposed to happen at... Let me get the exact time for you. because I keep saying it's 4 a.m., but I don't think it's 4 a.m. I think it's 6. Star Citizen News. We are currently on testing hotfixes that will require maintenance downtime. Oh wait, that's not the one. That is the message of the day. Dev tracker. Where did I see this at? Time again for another hotfix central thread to keep you all up to date on things going on outside of the normal patch cycle in SC432 Live. This will be a living document for all hotfixes, blah, blah, blah. 1017, we have 1020. We are currently testing hotfixes that will require maintenance downtime this week. This includes fixes for data pads not being able to be picked up, commodity trading not working, wicked loops, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't give me a time. That's tomorrow. I'm an EVET. I can handle lawless. Yeah. I figure a lot of EVETs that do like nullsec stuff could probably handle lawless systems. I couldn't get to load on the hull C. Yeah, the hull C is broken. There is a communications error like between the hull C and your character, and I showed it in my what a piece of shit video that I released yesterday, I think. But it's like if you look at the log, it specifically says something along the lines of ATC can't contact sacks of wine, like user ID, blah 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 blah. 9 a.m. EST. So yeah, that would be 6 a.m. for me. Thank you, Capitan and Snack Size. Hotfix today. Is that because it is the 22nd for you already? Gonna spend some time learning to mine for Nix. Well, hit 9. You know how to contact me. Let me know. Nix is gonna be a big cargo hauling and mining place, so I'd be happy to have you on board. Pretty sure it's 12 p.m. local time. What is your local time, Daniel? You can't just say local time. Being a whole sea owner, it's often painful. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you there. Okay. I'm all caught up on chat. Um, let me get this Terranite. Oh, you know what? I forgot to check and see if my my gadget was here still. I don't see it. There's a reason the whole sea is shaped the way it is. I've been violated by the thing since I bought it. Hey, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, but you ain't right. At least they will figure this all out by the time I get my whole E. Are you sure? Are you sure? Local to people in Manchester. Ah, okay. Huffs the copium. Oh, storage full. Wait, how much? 15 SCU of Terranite? It's not terrible. Could be better. Landing gear up. It is currently 6:10 in the UK. Yeah. I know it's early morning for you. Oh, 12 local in Manchester. It's all coming together. Thank you, Daniel. Why do I feel like I know your name? Like I, your name sounds familiar. Daniel Hartland. It's probably nothing. Let's see here. All right, so when you're on selling and you're going to Crew 01 to do the refinery orders, there's a little trick to always get this hanger right here or the one just on the opposite side. And it's like you tap it once, like do your hotkey left alt in, and you want to be like right about here. And it didn't work. I lied to you. I'm sorry. It almost always works, and it didn't work that time. Yeah, that's right. 50% of the time it works every time. Jesus. Oh, I'm decoupled. That's why I kept going forward. Why do oh, that's why. I still have the same hanger I had earlier. That is um this is live. Adelphi, welcome in, brother. I can't wait for when they fix the TUD and still not being able to sell due to high inventory where everybody else has stored everything up. Yeah. I also wish the same. Wednesday, 22nd October 2025 at 1500 that'll be UTC. Um Depends on where you got that number at, Fishhead. There was this commercial on my local TV station for some lawyer that is famous in my area. His tagline was, "We are confident that we may be able to help you." Oh, that's funny. There's a hot fix, but it shows the same build number for now. Huh. Let me look at it. Oh, there is a hotfix channel. Interesting. But yeah, it's the same build number. So, no, I didn't even know that was there, Delphi. That's from CIG. There's their news feed. Okay, then yeah, it's probably UTC if I had to guess. I wonder when they will make refinery capacity matter. Probably when refining ships come out as an incentive to use them over the station refineries. Yeah, more than likely that'll be the case. It just doesn't make any sense why the refineries don't do anything now. And like, why is the tooling not implemented to have a refinery cost you more money if the capacity is at 80,000? And I understand that refinery ships are not in the game yet, but you should at least have that tooling in place for when they are. That way it'll give you an incentive to use your own refinery ships. They never took the hotfix down from the other day. I tried it a few hours ago and it didn't patch. Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense. Whatever your current time zone, I think it will be 6 hours from now. Look, all I know is it's going to be in the morning. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir. Although, two of those are monster manuals. I bought one for myself, and then like 2 weeks later, somebody bought me the monster manual. I was like, oh, thank you. That's so kind. Oh, look at that. I have construction materials here. We are going to take Terranite. Oh, I have my raft here. Dope. I can just send this work order to the raft. Okay, let's get some Argo bags. I think it's because you have no other choice right now. They could very well have it ready to go and they just flip a switch to make it the capacity matter. Yeah. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Containers. Where are you? Why am I not seeing containers on here? There it is. We need 4 of these. Maybe we move that right. Yeah, there we go. Put it right where the global chat's at. That would be the only reason I could think that they wouldn't make the refinery cost you more money or make it implement all the features, if you will. Do you think they nerfed salvage too hard? Yes, I do. But I do want to say, I think it is more in line with. I think it's more in line with what cargo hauling will be eventually, as well as what mining is now. Like, I think cargo hauling will always be the easiest and most profitable way to make money, but it's definitely going to get a huge nerf in the future. And I think that huge nerf may be coming with Nix. Now, how that looks, I don't know. Manually loading your cargo is probably going to pay the most money out of everything, if I had to guess. It's just if you're doing it solo, it's going to take a long time, and you'll probably see those missions, those manual loading missions, level out with what your pay grade is for. Probably level out for what your pay is for salvaging at the moment. Where your 700k missions going from Terra Gateway to Pyro Gateway, they're probably going to drop down to 400k. Your Pyro Gateway to Stanton Gateway will probably drop down to 200. I could imagine that a 50% decrease is in the works for the current missions that are in place. Because if you look back a couple years ago, or I guess before 3.24, they had the cargo hauling missions, like the rookie ones, they only gave you like 5k every time you completed them. We will sit right here. So they definitely buffed cargo hauling missions, but it shouldn't have stayed the same. It shouldn't be at the prices that they are now. They will drop. I am 100% certain of that. But I think salvaging, I think it does need to be increased just slightly, right? So currently your yield on a reclaimer is 15%. I think that's way too low. But that being said, you don't want to adjust it too high. I think it is in a good spot for what it is and for what they're trying to implement, which is level out the playing field. But you want to be sure that when it comes to profit alone, that the reclaimer is getting you the most profit per hour, right? Now, compared to the Vulture and the Fortune, it is going to be the most profitable at the end of the day. Just the way the nerfs work, right? So the reclaimer is going to be the most profitable. But once they come out with this new medium salvage ship, if you have one or two people on your medium salvage ship, however it works, I would imagine that medium salvage ship, if they don't increase the yield rate of the reclaimer, that medium salvage ship is probably going to make more money than the reclaimer will for probably about a patch cycle. So, and just to follow that up, so currently the reclaimer's at a 15% yield. If you were to take that and increase it to 25-30%, I think now that I've seen it in action and like understand how the densities and everything work, if they leave the densities, maybe they lower the density, right, of chunks and powder, or now I'm getting it all confused. They made, I mean, that's what they're gonna have to do at the end of the day, is lower or raise the density of each one. And so I'm just thinking, like, powder has the lowest density, which means you get less yield out of it, right? Now I'm just confusing myself. Let me pull up my freaking screenshot here. I'd like to keep it handy so I can understand it. Okay, so chunks, lowest density, highest yield after refining, longest refinery processing time. Okay, so it has the lowest density. And I love the way that somebody explained it to me the other day. Imagine you have a box, right? You have a box, and in that box is Super chat. Nola. I rock the Reclaimer solo and familiar with mining via Prospector. Can I handle a mole solo? Cheers, sir. Absolutely you can handle a mole solo. Oh, man. Nola, are you going to make me pull out the mole and show you how it's done? I don't mind. I actually prefer the mole over the Prospector. But if you rock the Reclaimer, the mole is so much easier than the Reclaimer at the end of the day. Just in regards to like traveling across the ship, it's so much easier. It's a medium-sized ship compared to a large, almost capital-sized ship. CIG is notorious for increasing the payout on whatever the new thing is that they are wanting to test. Yes, agree. I would put real money against the odds that the new medium salvage ship will make more money than the Reclaimer on launch. I agree. V3 Buddha, howdy. How is mining going? Mining is going well so far. I can't complain. Judo main, do it. Okay. Where's the best place to mine with the mole? Wherever the hell you want, man. I'm in Loreville. So it depends on what you're trying to do. It really depends on what you're trying to do. If you just want to collect higher value ores, then you could really go to anywhere. You can go anywhere. I would personally recommend Selin or Lyria because those have higher chances of Quantanium. But you also find a lot of Terranite or what's the other one? It starts with a B. I'm drawing a blank here. It's not Beryl. Bexelite, that's it. Terranite and Bexelite. So you'll find a lot of Bexelite on Lyria. You'll find some on Selin, but not too much. You'll find more Beryl than you will on. But yeah, you'll find more Beryl. Okay, we're gonna go outfit the mole because I do prefer the mole over the Prospector, if I'm being fair. It's more challenging. Ugh. Dude, a quick primer would be amazing. I have the AUC, just never pulled the trigger. Gave in to the difficulty comments all over. I'll give it a go. Well, Nola, you can watch this and we will experience this together. Although I have more experience mole mining, solo mole mining. But we do need to go to Orison if we're going to do this. I don't think I pulled my mole out at all. I've just been salvaging and doing the Onyx facilities. Worst place to solo a mole is a planet with storms. Absolutely. So one thing I will say to that point is you don't want to go to a planet that has a lot of high winds with the mole. And you can, like, there are ways to get around it, but I want to say any of the moons around Microtech are generally not recommended. Terminus is really good, but it has a heavy atmosphere. And so the mole just goes super slow. Super slow. But yeah, Cleo, Euterp, Calliope, any of those moons, I would recommend you generally avoid. But it can be done. You can do it. There are ways around the wind. Personally, if I am mining with a solo mole, I am going to Selin or Lyria. If I'm in Pyro and I'm in a mole, I'm going to Terminus or I'm going to one of the moons around Pyro 5, but it depends on what I'm looking for. If I'm looking for a Stellaron and Ricite, I'm going to Terminus because it's more likely I'll encounter them there. If I'm just looking for anything, I'll probably spend my time. I also really like Monarchs, like of all places. I do enjoy like being on Monarchs, which is very surprising because I generally hate desert climates after spending so much time in them. I'm just starting and have never do it. Hey, that's fair. We're going to go on this journey together. We'll drift in the wind away from the rocks. Yep, yep. I also enjoy the occasional chill session with the Connie and the Atlas Geo. I haven't done that in a long time, Nola. But if the Geo weren't broken, I was actually considering doing that tonight. Just chill in and go. Uh, what is it? Ignis. Ignis has a really high chance for Fane Malign to spawn. So I was gonna go get the Geo and the Cuddy Black, or maybe the Rock and the Connie Phoenix, and head out there. Bexelite, thank you, Cooper. I'll have to start working on finding some comps. Currently in Stanton, but spent some time in Pyro. I'm usually just all over the place. So one day I'll be in Stanton, just doing all sorts of stuff, and then next day I'm in Pyro doing something else, and blah blah blah. Hey dude, first off, love the video. Was wondering, did a patch come out with a fix for the TDDs, or are you just hoarding refined ore for later? I am going to hoard refined ore for later. Hotfix has not come out yet. It should come out in, I believe, will be 7.5 hours. It will be 6 a.m. for me on the west coast of the U.S. Is mining one of the few things working this patch? As far as I could tell, yeah, absolutely, Tabby. Absolutely. That said, I've only mined a couple of rocks, and now we are going to switch over to a mole. The mole has been requested, so we are going to switch over to the mole. Hotfix is in 6.5 hours from now. They were down as of an hour ago? What was down as of an hour ago? I've been playing for like the past 4 hours. Buddha, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. V3 Buddha, welcome, welcome into the Haulers Club. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. TDD. TDD has been down all weekend. Okay, so we're going to store the Prospector. Do we even have the mole out at the moment? Like, do we? We did. We had it delivered. All right. So we are going to outfit our mole, which I might have already done this. Okay, so we have the keystone paint on. That's good. We have the XL1. Did we change the shield? We'll change. Do we do the military A or the industry A? Go with the parapet this time around. Uh, Often do we get attacked though? Do we need the regen? We'll go with the parapet. Looks like I did not set up the mining heads. So slot 1, we are going with the helix. We are going to do a Riger C3 and 2 surge modules. This is my default loadout for this. Number 2, I believe, is the left laser, and that is going to be an impact. And this is going to be my support laser. So you can put like really any module on here that would help support you. The impact has a decently high power, so if you wanted to, you could throw a Riger and a Stampede on here and then have a high power third laser. But overall, I like to keep this as a support laser. That way you can crack smaller rocks if need be. That way your middle and right side laser don't overcharge a rock. I do enjoy faster optimal zone charge rate, so we are going to throw a torrent. Oh wait, that's mining slot 3. Dang it. We're going to throw a torrent on there. Oh, come on. Come on. I hate how it moves this stuff around. Surge module. Save. Okay, so this is 1. Number 2. We're going with a torrent. We're going to go with the second torrent. Actually, no, where is it? XTRXL. We get the optimal charge window here and the inert material level lowered. Now with the impact, one thing to keep in mind with the impact is that it increases, or I guess you could say decreases the optimal charge rate, and so it'll make it slower. And so putting 2 torrents on here should counteract that and give you a little bit of faster speed. You could put another XTR on here as well and get that inert material level all the way down. Snack size swords, I'm heading out. Have a good night. Have a good night, brother. Thank you for stopping by. We'll see you at the next haul. Love you. Bye. Do you think people need to store ships components on a planet like when a patch drops? Absolutely. I need to clip this. I need to clip it, but Benoit specifically said that the way servers work and the capturing works is whenever you store a ship, like whenever you bring it up through your hangar and whenever you store it, it creates a snapshot of that ship. And it essentially says this ship belongs to you because of that snapshot. And the freight elevator works the same way. So you don't necessarily have to do it at a home planet or a major planet or whatever, but making sure that you store every single ship, like bring it up and then store it, will help you a whole lot, because that's how the system works. It's not a guarantee. There are still bugs, but so far I heard this was a thing back in the day, and I've been doing it since like 4.1. I haven't lost a single ship, period, in 4.0.2, I want to say, or no, was it? Maybe 4.1 is when I lost my Wicklow Scorpius, or maybe it was 4.2. I lost my Wicklow Scorpius, and then CIG gave me an Aegis Gladius for some reason, like to replace it or something. I don't know. Either way, Since that day, any pledge ship that I don't have, anything that I purchase in game, I go through that method. And so I will reclaim it to my main hangar, bring it up, send it back down right away. And I haven't lost anything since that patch. But buyer beware, this won't work for everybody. I will say my friend Jaeger, he tried that in the last patch before in 4.3.1. He tried it last patch and he has everything this patch. Like it worked for him. And I know that's just two people, but it's worked so far. Ultra Tempo, hello, welcome in. Do you have any thoughts on the RSI Galaxy and its refinery module? How could it work out for small group team play? Do mining and refining on the fly. Oh, I don't know enough about the Galaxy to be honest because I feel like it's so far away. I haven't done enough research on it. The Galaxy was one of those concept ships before I started like playing heavily back in 2021. But let's take a look at it real quick. And I know it exists. I know it's a refining ship, refining mining ship. I just don't know all the like full details about it. RSI Galaxy, choose your adventure. One ship, countless adventures. Okay, module specifications. You get cargo, medbay, refinery, others. I don't know what others means, but refinery and cargo is going to be important. Medbay, refinery. Tractor cranes, effortlessly shift and move cargo of any size. Okay, cool. They really don't tell you a lot on here. Lots of them can indeed handle multiple roles, but through the Galaxy, RSI is redefining the depth of ability a multi-role ship is capable of. Your Galaxy can be a long-haul freighter, a mobile hospital, or an all-in-one refinery, depending on which Prospect module you outfit it with. The Galaxy's next generation chassis is built around a configurable midship space that supports interchangeable modules, empowering you and your crew to take on a wide variety of professional roles. With a foredeck command center, an afterdeck that serves as a dedicated hangar or a sizable cargo hold, and additional specialized modules in the works, whatever adventure you choose, the Galaxy provides. Okay, so just going based off that, I can't guarantee that the Galaxy is going to be a mining ship. I thought the Orion was a mining and refining ship. Or maybe it was the Arastra, I can't remember. Orion mining platform. Yeah, okay. For advanced mining operations, the Orion is second to none. The Orion carries a crew of up to 6 responsible for flight operations, engineering, and manning both turrets. And pre-installed drone interfaces onboard accommodations, while industry and style support all crew for extended duration mining runs. A genuine complete mining solution. A single Orion can locate, identify, and extract lucrative ores, or it can be paired with explorers and transports to form the centerpiece of a larger scale mining operation. Get to the core of the matter with all new RSI Orion. Now, does the Orion have a refinery? Is the question. What are all these freaking links? I wish you could see it. Look at the Orion on the RSI webpage. In the technical overview portion of it, there's just a bunch of URLs where the specs are supposed to be at. Okay, I'm gonna stop looking because I'm getting distracted. I've seen that I lose ships even if they are safely stored, if they are in a different system. If I store all in Stanton, never lost a ship. If I store in Pyro and Stanton, only Stanton ships remained. I've had a few of my org mates lose the Wicklow Polaris. I've also had a few of my org mates lose the Wicklow Polaris. Well, actually, I think it was just one. They were constantly being used. Yeah, I understand that completely. Okay, last laser, the right side, turret weapon slot number 3. We're going to go with the Hofsteed. I love the Hofsteed. We're going to throw a Riger C3 and a Surge Stampede module on there. And we'll save that. I don't have any hanger flare. Which paint do I use? I really like the grape cat paint and the Shubin paint. But I also haven't used the Keystone paint in a while. And that one looks really good too. We'll go with Shubin. We'll use the Keystone next patch. Argo Mole. Okay. Last thing. We need to see. One, what is in here? Nothing. 2 SU container. Perfect. Utility. Actually, I don't think gadgets are in utility anymore, are they? Oh, they are. Do we have any gadgets? Oh, come on. It's counting. All right. Well, we are going to put these in here. All right. Where are you? No! A container. I think it might be gone, boys. It's probably not my best idea. Oh, man, that was funny. Unfortunate, but funny. I'm gonna have to go buy some gadgets. The hanger troll got it, gang. I don't know what to tell you. Oh. Oh, that's right. I died before I started streaming. I need some sustenance. It was. I'll get it back next month. It's fine. Oh, Fishhead is Chris the Hanger Troll? I never knew that, but it makes sense. It all makes sense now. Lazy Jaguar. Welcome in, brother. Welcome in. Glad to see you. Welcome back. Standard container. Chris is under every hanger. Part of me believes that. I would not be surprised. Oh, that was too good. That was too good. All right, y'all ready to watch me mess this up? It's going to be fantastic. Oh, you know what? I don't even think I can use this one because the dang. Come on, man. There we go. That wasn't too bad. I don't think we can use the skull containers because the station doesn't recognize it as a container yet. I don't know if they fix that or not. I mean, we can still use it, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. All right, we got to go back to Crew L1. See, look at that. It just looks so good. Like that bronzish color. Oh, it just looks so good. And then the gray cat one looks so good too. Like whoever did the finishes on this, mwah, chef's kiss. I have like a little crosshair thing right here. Oh. Okay, well, while we are spending the next decade getting out of Orison, I am going to go use the bathroom real quick. I will be right back. Oh. Gang, I've returned. I also heard that I am out of. I have mining mode on. That's what the crosshair was. I had mining mode on. To Crew L1 we go. See if we can get it this time. Come on, come on, come on. Give it to me. Oh, it didn't give it to me. Oh, it did. Nice. I win. Oh my gosh. Yo, landing gears. Can you freaking work, please? Thank you. All right. Yo, I'm just saying, the World of Warcraft music goes hard. Oh man, so many memories. Like I'm listening to this song and I'm just like envisioning the music video playing in my head as it's going. Not the music video, but the video that this song was featured in. And right now there's like an undead warlock with his freaking infernal right next to him. Now the Taurens spreading seeds around Mulgore. Oh, wrong one. Now the orc is fighting the human. Eric, mining is not bugged at the moment. I mean, selling stuff is bugged, yes. Mining itself is not bugged. Optimax, we're going to buy 20 of those. Because why not? Sabirs, we're going to buy 19 of these because I just accidentally bought one. Wait, why did one fail? What? Do I not have enough? Okay. Oh no. Okay, so all the Optimaxes are in here. I will never understand why the Warcraft movie didn't look like that OG cinematic you were talking about. Look, for what the Warcraft movie was, it did look really good. And I've watched it again recently. And the Warcraft movie, if you were somebody who played World of Warcraft for a long time, that movie was tailored and catered to you. Like, they did try to uh, get people to understand what was going on in the movie, but there's just so much lore happening that it's hard. Like, it was very, very hard for them to incorporate all this lore that's happening in the movie into an hour and a half or 2 hours of a movie. So I don't completely blame it for failing when it did, because the only people it appealed to was World of Warcraft fans. You know who did a really good job of making World of Warcraft appealing? South Park. But I will say, we are 12 years since that movie came out. That movie is now making Blizzard a ton of money. And there's, if you were to look up World of Warcraft videos or reactions to cinematics, that over the past year there have just been a plethora of content creators, small and large, that have been reacting, never played World of Warcraft, and they're just watching the storyline of how World of Warcraft has evolved and all that stuff. And then they go into the movie and whatnot. And so the World of Warcraft movie is getting a lot of love right now, even though back when it first released, it was considered a failure. But I'm right there with you. The WoW movie was awesome. I loved it. I did. Okay. Is the Warcraft movie on Prime? Is that still a thing? Like, can I go and do a watch party for a movie that's on Prime? Still on Twitch? Oh, I should have brought some spare modules with me. Dang it. Whatever. We can repair for those. You are clear to launch. It is available on the high seas. You're absolutely right, Adelphi. Look, I already own it. It's just Twitch had this thing a couple years ago on where you could do like a watch party for movies and stuff as long as it was on Amazon Prime or Prime Video, I should say. It's coming to TV in about 5 minutes on one of the Skinamax channels. Dang. They're really starving for content on Skinamax nowadays, aren't they? But hey, it has to be good enough. It has to be good enough for Cinemax to actually just play it without like being paid by Blizzard. Like they had to pay for that license. It has to be. This just further backs up what I was saying before, where it's doing well enough now that people are actually licensing it to play it on their TV channels. Action Max and more Max. Oh yeah, baby. I want to go in here. I don't know why, but I want to go in this section right here. All right, we are going straight down, so we got to be careful with this. Because this mole will take us straight into the ground. It is on Prime through Skinamax, so not on Prime? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, they probably do. I guess the next thing I need to find out is, can you stream it on Twitch? Even though it's licensed right now, HBO probably owns it, which means Disney owns it. Actually, I don't know if that's accurate. I don't know if Disney owns HBO. I think they do, though. Like, through a multitude of, like, other companies being bought out. Or maybe it's Discovery. What major company owns HBO? Warner Brothers. Is Warner Brothers owned by Disney? No, it's its own thing, right? Here, Google, tell me. Yeah, okay. Warner Brothers is not owned by Disney, which I kind of knew that. $71.60. Well, now I don't think Warner will ever actually be owned by Disney. And I say that because of DC Comics. I think DC is too big for Disney to actually own. And then if Disney owned DC and Marvel, uh, there would be a monopoly, like a monopoly lawsuit from the Justice Department almost immediately. Hey, look at that Quantanium. Not very much, but we found some. Barrel. Gold. Aluminum. Reminds me of that South Park clip. When Mickey Mouse was telling the Jonas Brothers what to do. You are not prepared. Sorry, the WoW music got to me again. In what moon are you mining? I am on Selin in the Crusader system at the moment. Quartzite. I'm not going to get shit out of quartzite. Excuse my French. Agricium. That might be worth it. Get some Terranite in there. What's in this one? Agricium's not bad either. But it's definitely no Terranite and Bexelite. What does UEX say? Agricium 2.3k per SCU. If I were to sell it at the highest... Are you kidding me? Brio's Breaker's Yard has the highest price? Oh, that was as of 9 days ago, so that's out of date. But I mean, it's probably still the same-ish. Arc L4. 2641. What about Bexelite? 6.7k per SCU. I sell at Rat's Nest, 120 SCU max for 7,457. That is a huge jump. Holy. From what it used to be? Holy cow. 7.4? What is Terranite at? 8.7k. Oops. Orison, 9.7. That's crazy. Okay, so we sell our Terranite at Orison. Good to know. Let's see here. We have 35% Bexelite. 36% Terranite. I think I want to try to get this Terranite first. Oh, that's why I was going so slow. My VTOLs are down. You know what, chat? I just thought about it. Yeah, so the prices don't change, Jaguar. You can still go to the TDD and see what the prices are. And I say they don't change. They do change, but it's not by much. So yeah, depending on when it was updated in UEX, like that Brio's Breaker Yard was 9 days ago. The patch hasn't been out for 9 days. So that's probably inaccurate. But the next one at Arc L4 was 6 days. Which I think maybe that one's not accurate either. I don't know. Patch came out on Thursday, right? So yeah, it's been Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's been 5 days. So that one's not accurate either. Let's see. TDD Orison updated 3 days ago. 9789. So yeah. Yeah. That one is accurate. Hey, there's an Arc Raiders quest available on Discord. They're going to be mostly accurate, though, is what I'm getting at, uh, Capitan. And I know, like, they're going to be adjusting and stuff. Might help if I grab an Optimax. Or do I want a Bormax? Which one? Optimax gives me... There we go. That's what I want. I don't have a helmet on. No, 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 no. Put the helmet on. Get back in the ship. Ice. What up, dude? You just getting off work, man? Well, you are counting days talking about stuff being before patch. Not sure if they have any new info on UEX. Well, nothing's supposed to change on UEX. Or, excuse me, nothing's supposed to change economy-wise unless a patch comes out. So there is a hotfix coming tomorrow, but that is not a patch per se. So the only economy changes that we've had so far are the 8 to 15% that they mentioned in the PTU. And whatever small changes that they did before. Generally, if they do a price jump like that of anything, they will tell us prior. 95. I think that's the best we're going to get. Look, going above 90 on that doesn't matter. Just FYI. I just like having it the best. No, I'm on lunch break at the moment. Gotcha. Okay. How much longer do you have? You taking a late lunch break or something? Dude thinks he is Ninetales. Doesn't need a helmet in space. Didn't think that at all. Just forgot to put it back on after I drank. But that's funny. Yeah, I get what you mean, because it did work in the PTU. Yeah. Well, actually, no. It didn't work in the PTU. The commodity terminals did not work in the PTU. But the prices are exactly the same as what they are now. Okay, we're just gonna go this way a little bit. This is not a big rock. I mean, I know it looks big, but haven't been able to bring myself to get on SC since I logged in. And notice my Corsair was gone and whole seas were busted. How are your whole seas busted? But that's unfortunate about the Corsair. I'm sorry about that. Hopefully LTP gets fixed soon. I mean, don't get your hopes up, but I hope it does. That flashing was my Toby, just FYI, in case anyone was wondering. All right, here we go. That shot up pretty quickly. Here we go, baby. Technically, I can only have a 30 minutes for lunch, but don't have much more going on until 6 when I get off, so I'm going to stretch lunch a little bit. Hey, you do you, brother. You do you. I'm all about that. Okay, so we should get 8 SCU of Terranite out of this rock. Ish. Oh, yeah. The whole C's busted. That's right. Yeah. Um, that's one of the first things I wanted to make a video on was the whole C changes once the patch came out and can't use it. Which the whole C bug was not there in PTU, so something happened in between PTU and live that something broke. And it sucks. It really sucks. Oh, come on. This split couldn't have been any worse. Kidding me, man? I guess I'm taking all the rocks. Oh, the Jaguar lost his whole C. I'm sorry about that, man. That sucks. 16 mil gone. Oh, that was a decent break. No inert in that one. And we will just take this one because that should get us up to 8, maybe? No? Maybe this piece here. No. Huh. Terranite. Oh my gosh. Like, look at this. Most of this rock right here is underground. Like, as soon as I break this, it's gonna just disappear. Which is unfortunate. Oh, wait. I can just hoover that one up. Fantastic. Aluminum. Aluminum. Okay. This is going to be a little disheartening, like cracking this rock and then watching it just disappear on me. Look at it. Look at it now. 11.79 SCU. 69% nice of Terranite. And I get 2 SCU out of that. Because the rest of it fell through the planet and disappeared. Oh, wait. Eh? That's almost 5 SCU. Of what? 11? We did lose some, unfortunately, but... do we even bother with taking the 10% one? I don't think so. Half-S tonight. Okay. I gotta go get my Optimax. Actually, did it survive after I broke that second piece? Oh, Jaguar. That sucks for those guys. Yeah, the sales terminals are, they're kind of borked at the moment. I don't know what the economy team did, but they didn't do good. There's my Optimax. Let's go grab that real quick. Shift-O-Matic, thank you for the follow, brother, and welcome back. I thought you had followed already. Uh-oh, my ship's high-centered on this rock here. What am I going to do? Do combat missions still work? As far as I know, I tested the bounty hunter missions, a couple of them. They still work. I haven't tried mercenary missions, but I don't really do bunker stuff. The investigation missions for the Onyx facilities mostly work. The, what's it named? What's it called? Project Hyperion mission is broken, so you can't do that one, but the rest of them are good to go still. Rhesium, Vexilite. Wasn't there another Terranite somewhere? I feel like I had 2 Terranite rocks. Where are they? Did I not? Huh. Maybe I did and I'm just tripping. Aluminum. Aluminum. Terranite. There's some more rocks here, though, that I did not see. Like this one. It's 1 SCU of Terranite right there. There's another rock right here. Inert material. Trash. Huh. Let's go ahead and get this Vexilite. What's the size of this rock here? 63. Okay. One thing I like about mining on Selene, even though you will see windstorms sometimes, they haven't implemented weather or wind yet. But even that being said, like the windstorms, they don't happen very often. Majority of the time, it's clear weather. Boom. That one's not bad. 63% on a 5.52. $64 on a 5.5. I'll take it. Okay, okay. $32%. Uh, I think we take this one. It's not even fractured. Maybe we get a lucky break with it. $24. $50. Not bad. Yeah, we'll just take this one too. Why not? There's a lot of untouched. Let's just take it. A lot of untouched Bexelite there. I don't need to do any of these missions, but we're going to take them anyways. Do we take the Agricium and just fill up the mall? Go back to the refinery, get back out here? I think we should. I'm thinking that's the play, gang. Oh, it's right there. Oh, yeah, baby. Activate. You know, I'm kind of surprised that this gadget has survived this long. What is the... Oh, that's a little baby. That's a little baby. My shields on? Yeah, they are. Let's go give the impact a try. The impact might be able to get an 8K rock. Especially with the 2 torrents on it. That'll make it go by a little bit faster. Oh, that optimal charge window is tiny. Tiny. I don't like it. Maybe we should put the focus modules on there and just have a slow laser beam, or at least one. Look at that. That is tiny. Resistance even isn't even that high. Well, the instability is not that high either. Like, why is that so small? It can do it without any modules. Yeah, I believe it could. It's just for whatever reason. Sometimes the increased instability on the impact, or excuse me, the increased resistance on the impact will make 8K rocks impossible. Depending on how much resistance is actually there. Oh, come on now. Seven. It likes 41. Oh, it does. Nope, nope. Let's go back down. A little bit up. We did it. Congratulations. That was a terrible. Well, let's hope the oh, 100%. I don't have a stampede on the impact. I have 2 torrent modules and an XTR. Oh, I should probably scan these other ones in case I got another 100%. Like that one. Like what I try to do with that third laser, the impact, is keep it for very low, very low power situations, and also it just material collection at the end of the day. Aluminum. Which I know I'm not doing a good example of that, of like actually switching over to that laser for uh, material collection, but here we are. I keep 4 Surges, Stampede in my backpack, as well as 1 Bore Max and 1 Severe. Well, I got plenty of that stuff in my... Well, I don't have the modules because I just set this up on the mall. But I got a 2 SU container here in the back of the mall that normally has all that stuff in it. Same stuff, in case I need it, but... Usually the Hofstede and the Helix get me where I need to be. It's only very rarely do I ever put the Surges and the Stampedes on the Impact. Oh, I need to see if my my gadget's there. There she is. Why do I feel like this thing got slightly larger? Like the mole looks like it's just ever slow. Like, looks like it got thinner and a little bit longer than I remember. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Still works. Huzzah. Ah. Alrighty. Let us go back to Crew 01. Ah, see, that is the difference between you and I. I don't go for active. It's like a mixture. So oftentimes when I'm mining, I do have a full crew with me. So if I'm running with the full crew and we're doing larger rocks, I need that third laser to be just pure support, just across the board, pure support. Whether the other portion of this is usually the person in that third laser is brand new to mining. So unless I have a full crew of people who are experienced with mining, uh, I usually keep that third laser completely passive, and then I'll have somebody who's more experienced use the Hofstede with the Riger C3 and a Surge module or Stampede, whatever the case is, and go from there. And then the Helix. The Helix is an interesting one. Sometimes, depending on what kind of rock I'll have, I'll either throw a Surge module on there just because, or two Surge modules on the Helix, or three Surge modules. Sometimes I'll throw three Surge modules on there if I really need a lot of power to crack a rock. But that's like biggest solo rock ever, and then I'm probably gonna overcharge it anyways. So yeah. I think I've only done that like two, maybe three times. It's been a handful of times that I put three Surge modules on there and just went to town. But you know, both active and the support builds work as long as you build them correctly. Like I said, majority of the stuff that I do, I can do with. Oh God! I almost just crashed right into the station. I mean, what laser head were you using that you had to do that? I guess the next question is, what was the base material on it? What was the resistance? That's an even better question right there. What was the resistance? Oh, you need to store the ship. To the refinery. That's fair. Galley, welcome in. '07, my friend. How are we doing this evening? Throw this on the raft. Huh, interesting. Does Terranite just have that high of a innate resistance to it? Morning here, yeah, doing fine. A little bit afraid of the patch later today. Oh, don't be afraid. What's the worst that could happen? They break more stuff? Terranite. I have aluminum inert material. Alright, we're just going to sell that. I feel like one of my earbuds just died. Oh, it's not a full patch though. Like don't feel like you should be worried about losing your ships and stuff cuz it's not a full patch. It's just a downtime. They've done downtimes before. They should. Where's my? There it is. There's my earbud case. Now, I don't want to like get your hopes up. It could be that you lose a ship or something, right? And I hope that doesn't happen. But majority of the time, anytime they've done like a shutdown of any kind, they've always everything's been fine after the fact, like persistence wise, but other things are broken and or fixed. So hey, good morning, Avery. Welcome back in. Destroyer, I'm worried. I'm expecting to lose multiple ships just like the patch a few days ago. Oh, sorry that happened to you, man. Like I said, I don't think the server being down for a few hours is going to cause persistence issues. It's not like they're going from one major patch system to another where they have to wipe everything. And by wiping everything, I mean like commodities, refinery orders, so on and so forth. Oh, I forgot to buy my stuff. My account will find a way. But you are correct, it can't get much worse than it is now, so hopefully something does get better. I am hopeful that they brought in like one of those hero teams that they mentioned previously to just come in and fix all these problems because there is a lot of stuff that just does not work. And it's not like the entire system doesn't work. It's just like one major piece of it doesn't work, so you can't do the rest. For instance, Project Hyperion in the Onyx facilities, you can't go any further than uh, the big red door that you have to punch the code into, because the code that's on the little TV screen doesn't match what the code is supposed to be on the door. And that worked perfectly fine all patch. A line of mine is another good example. The batteries aren't spawning, so if you don't have any batteries, you can't actually like align uh, the OLP. It's just it's a crapshoot and it sucks. Mining modules. I need. Oh, don't tell me they don't have any. Oh, they do have Stampede here. I'll just get like 5 of those. I don't need very many of those. Okay, maybe we go to Pyro Gateway. Take a trip to Pyro Gateway and pick up some Surge modules. Bad influencer. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. It's unfortunate. It really is. Like, it just confuses me how there have been many games in the past that have gone through an alpha phase, gone through a beta phase, and it was just like the inventory is always one of the first things that they work on and define, and it's always working consistently. You don't generally have database issues with the inventory system, but here they are. It's just like they've gone so far off the beaten path, it doesn't make sense. Oh, Destroyer, don't do it. That's what they want you to do. But then again, if you do it, Chris is going to be one step closer to getting that brand new yacht and be out there in the ocean floating with Bobby. Yeah, Wolf, you're right, but like look at systems like World of Warcraft, right? And I know not the best example, but I don't think in the 20 years that game has existed, even in the beta and alpha of that game, which I didn't play the alpha, but I did play the beta. Even in the beta of that game, there was never an inventory issue. Never. Period. And that game came out in late 2003 for the beta and 2004 overall. Star Wars Galaxies never once had a freaking inventory issue for an MMO. City of Heroes, City of Villains, DC Online, or DC Universe Online, EverQuest. Like, how did they get so far off the beaten path? And like, why did they try to reinvent the wheel with storage and inventory in a game? And why is it so hard to make things persist? Like a refinery order? How come a refinery order on a terminal? At some point, the character connects to the database and says, hey, I have these materials. I need you to convert them into such and such materials. And that timer is going to be set, and it's in the database. There is a timer in the database. That way, once you go back later, it will be there. And it'll say it's done once you collect. Like once you're ready to collect, it'll say it's done, or you have like 2 hours left, or whatever the case may be. But for some reason, the persistent database doesn't ever read that table saying, hey, this character has this much time left on his refinery order, and this needs to be pushed over to the next patch. This is how much time is left on that refinery. Like, is there not a back-end database that supports every refinery order that's in the game or something? Like, I don't know. I don't even know if you need a back-end database for that, but there has to be a line of code in there somewhere that says, hey, this person's refinery order is being updated every single second. I saw somebody mention Arc L2 has surges. That's where I usually go. Thank you, Humble. I am actually, you know what? I'm going to go to L1 because it's technically closer. And see, that's what I'm saying, Avery. Like they've reworked that inventory. They've reworked databases for the inventory, and they just never. I've never lost an item in World of Warcraft unless they updated a quest, and the quest. The, I guess, you know what? I have lost items, but it's because they intentionally removed it from the game, or they changed the item to be something else. Like that's the only time I've lost an item. And that game's 20 years old. EVE Online's another good example. Like, if you have something in your inventory on EVE Online, and think of how many planets are out there in EVE Online. Just a ton of planets and stations that you can go to, places you can hold inventory. Um, what's that other one? Elite Dangerous. Same thing. There's just so many planets, so many stations you can go to, and just inventory works fine. It's always the inventory and the player like experience that you always should focus on, and it seems like that initial player experience of the inventory, of trading commodities, like those things you interact with consistently, isn't there unless you're in a ship, and even then it's questionable, right? Like this patch, the MFDs aren't working properly, or these pips like they are right now. But if I were to switch to SCM mode, I guarantee all my pips would be transparent. I wouldn't know what's placed where. And don't make no sense to me. That got corrupted with the AWS outage? Yeah, probably. if they even had it in the first place. Oh my gosh, I swear. I swear, some people commenting on stuff is ridiculous. Your Mindy's not an event. Oh yeah? Well, what's the definition of event? Definition of event. A thing that happens, especially one of importance. Wow, I feel like the Ormandi, a boss fight in the Onyx facility, is a pretty important event. Or happening. Like, some people... some people are so frustrating. They mistook that data for something else and sold it. You know what? They probably thought it was my credit card information and were selling it to third parties, but then they gave up their one of their back-end servers for something else. That's probably what it was. It is midnight for me, so it should be 6 hours, I believe. I don't know. Somebody else was saying it's 5 hours from now. Somebody else said it was 1500 UTC. Somebody else said it was supposed to be at noon in the UK. It's somewhere in between 5 to 7 hours from now. That's all I know. I will probably be sleeping still. Gosh, I love how fast the tractor beam moves now. It's so good. 1200 UTC? Okay. Wait, they posted in global 1200 UTC? Oh geez, I just opened up the Windows store. Okay, it is 7:08 a.m. UTC right now. And if it is going to be at 12, that is 5 hours from now. So that will be 5 a.m. for the West Coast, US, United States. Had a few accidental kills with the tractor beam. I just love it. You know what I want to do? Like, get a new, like, alert up here somewhere, like, over there. And, like, whenever somebody follows, just have, like, 2 tractor beams throwing a box across the screen. That'd be pretty dope. And at the end of it, just, like, of the box moving across the screen, it knocks a guy out. Oh, I can believe it. I did it too, man. But it was on purpose, not accidental. Get out of the way. Holy cow. He didn't agree though. That's the key part right there. Morning, Christoph. Good to see you. It is technically morning here, so we are on the same day. Gadget. Wait, no. I need mining module. Surge, where are you? Surge module, where are you? Stampede. Optimum. Humble. They don't sell surge modules here. That is correct, Bad. It is always morning somewhere in the world. There's 12 hours of morning. Somewhere in the world. Excited for today's hotfix? Oh, yeah. I'll be excited after I wake up and the server's back up. be from 14 till 1800. There goes my day off from work. That is unfortunate, my friend. You know what you could do, though? You could always go play Battlefield 6, which is a great time. I'm just kidding. You don't have to. But if the servers were down, that's what I would do. Or probably make another video, but not at the moment. Yes, Destroyer, they called it a hotfix. It is not a patch, it is a hotfix. Well, the hotfix might repair your hanger issue. No promises, but it might. Will the hotfix bring back my Hull C? Probably not, brother. Sorry to tell you. Probably not. I wonder what would be faster, Arc L2 or Pyro Gateway? 63.61. And I'd have to stop. Oh no, it let me go straight through. Pyro Gateway. 174. Okay, we're going to Arc L2. I figured that would be the case. Huh, that's crazy. It's going to let me go straight to Arc L2 from here? Usually it makes me go to an OM. They're doing all these missions. I wonder what... That's close. Look at those numbers. Holy cow. You're talking like 1,000 off. Just over 1,000. That's crazy. I'm sure they have things to do. I only need to take off from whatever place I'm in. I don't care about personal hangar. Yeah, that's fair. Call it Mr. Roberts. What do you have him on speed dial or something? What are you still doing awake? Huh? Oh. Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't know, actually. Wanted to buy stuff in Star Citizen. I'll do my best. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you tomorrow. Love you too. Mwah. Bye-bye. Oh, let's see here. Met a guy in Discord server that has over 600 mil credits. I didn't even know that was possible. Yeah, so during the supplier die event, I think it was in February of this year, there was a way that you could take the whole sea and pick up a cargo hauling mission at Pyro Gateway for pressurized ice or something like that. And it would fill up the entire whole sea. And this was a cargo commodity, but it also counted towards oh no, it didn't count towards the mission. But what you could do, even with the 75% markdown on commodities, it was still selling for 6K per SCU of pressurized ice. And so, and I started this trend too. And it was kind of my first big break video, if you will. But towards the end of supplier die, you could just fill up a whole sea with pressurized ice, go to Checkmate, sell your entire thing of pressurized ice at Checkmate, and make it was like 30 million in like 20 minutes or something. It was ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Also, I forgot to take my container off my ship. So at one point, just over that time period, I think I totaled up to like 800,000 or 800 million AUEC. But I had to go buy the homie ships. I had to go buy myself a bunch of ships. I had to go do a whole bunch of other stuff with all my money because I was a rich man. And now here I am. I feel poor at 63 million. Digital Denizen, what up, bro? Welcome in, welcome in. Everything is in storage, even some components from 4.0. I just can't decorate a hangar. Everything I get, temporary one. Yeah, I can't decorate my hangar either. You probably saw that. It's a weird thing. Somehow did a cargo mission hauling a few hundred stems, but when I completed the mission, they went into my personal inventory. Then it let me sell them at Hex for 700K. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Yeah, yeah, Wolf. That's exactly what happened. But let me tell you, I don't think I've made a big expense since then. Like, at all. Like, I've just been making money and making money because I don't need to buy anything. Which is great. I can just play the game and test stuff, and it's fantastic. Best patch ever. Supplier die. Oh, Destroyer. I am familiar with that way to level up your reputation. But it's also an exploit, so we don't promote that kind of stuff around here. But look, if you can demand Chris pay you for fixing that particular bug, that'd be nice. But essentially what caused that is they removed the penalty for abandoning a mission. So previously, if you abandon a mission, you would lose whatever, a certain amount of reputation every time you abandon a mission. If it was a senior rank mission, you would go all the way back down to trainee, and you'd have to level up again. So they removed that because people were doing these senior rank missions or master rank missions, and then the whole sea would fail for some reason, and then they would have to start all over again, which was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Now, the only downside of that is whenever somebody asks me how to do something and I can like recreate a video because it's been a long time since I've put out a current version of that video, I can't reset my reputation anymore. And you just gotta kind of take my word for it, or I gotta get an alt account and like somehow either start fresh or whatever the case may be. Oh my gosh. I'm just like in autopilot right now while I'm talking. I need to go into the store. Mining modules. There she is. There's my baby. I agree. It'd probably be an easy fix, but I'm not a developer, so I can't really give a full opinion on that. Maybe it would be, maybe it wouldn't be. I'm glad. All right. What are you doing? Hi. Hi. You fixed your tier 2 injury from last Saturday. That's fantastic. Good job. What? Come here, Chase. Hi. Hi. Oh, doggo. Oh, doggo. Okay. Look at Mama. She's going to bed. My space dog. Thank you. I love my space dog. Yeah, it's not that important. Just stay in the truck. You'll be fine. Limp it off. He did put a paw print on my shoulder. Wow, they really let that. It really let you bring that up to your face, huh? Oh! Oh, that came right back down. I was definitely overconfident with that one. There we go. Now we got extra modules. Not all of them, but some of them. And we got extra gadgets. So we are good to go on all fronts. You know what? Since we're in ArcCorp, maybe we just go to Lyria. Why do I feel like that was so slow? Why do I not see ArcCorp over here? Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's go to Love Ridge Mineral Reserve. Oh, come on now. Y'all serious? Nothing to scan out here? Oh, there's some. Just one rock. Let's actually, what is the direction? Its rotation is this way, so I need to go 270. I guess we're going to look at it anyways. Belsic deposit. Trash. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go get my midnight snack. I'll be back. Okay, we're on the hunt. Hmm. I have a major torque imbalance. Wait, why do I still have aluminum and inert material? Oh my gosh. I didn't sell it. Going to mine on Ver, see if we can get something juicy. Oh, well, good luck, my friend. Borace. What is Borace selling for nowadays? $3.4K. Oh, it's granite. We might be in luck here, boys. Hmm. $194. Half of it is borace. It's 97 SCU. Half of the I mean, overall, it's gone good. I can't complain. Um, it has been slow, but that's because I have been getting distracted. It is my own fault. I am being my own worst enemy at the moment. But chat has slowed down, and I can focus a little bit. So here we are. The golem is decent, but you can't take off the laser, I don't think. No, you can't take off the laser. It's bespoke to the golem. It's one of the downsides of using the golem. It has a ton of power, but it gives you plus 25% resistance, plus 25 or 35% instability, and you can't remove it. But you can put 2 modules on it, which is a lot more than some other like size 1 module laser heads. Oh, you can see this one, Paul. I mean, you can't because I would have to move the webcam, but it's borace and corundum. But now that you mention it, I guess I could move my webcam to like up here or something. I just finished a pretty good Merc bounty grind and made 1.2 mil. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Actually, engines off. Engines off. We're not mining for anything crazy, Paul. Just basic stuff that can make us some money. Do I have... I do. Okay. This is a big rock. Holy cow. We will just slap this bad boy right here. If I can, please. There we go. And it's upside down. Excellent. There we go. All right, so we got the Optimax on there for the 60% cluster modifier. Um, we need to turn our shields on because we're still in nav mode. Okay, so shields are on. We have a... Oh, we're going to have to go on the Helix. Okay, so 18% resistance, 27k mass. Let's get up in the air. Oh, that is super close. I gotta back up. It's actually not too bad. We do need to back up by quite a bit. That should be good. Perfect. Yes. Just what I want to see. Tiny little lines. All right. We're going to take this down to 50% and activate surge module. 60%, 70%. We're up to 80. Okay. Let's go up to 90. That is way too quick. Yeah, I switched to the mole because some people were asking to see the mole gameplay, solo gameplay. Not necessarily, but they were asking for advice, so we went on a mole adventure together. Come on down now. Come on down. There you go. Come on. Back up, back up. There we go. Now we're going to switch over to the Hofstede. The mole of a good choice for someone solo. I've always worried it would be overwhelming. It's yes and no. Star Citizen's a very difficult game to understand, like initially, but once you learn how to operate the game and learn everything you need to learn about mining, the mole is very simple. It's just a matter of figuring out your loadouts and what you want to do with it. The problem is there's so many different little intricacies about the mole. And about mining, like any little thing could be too difficult for you to understand or not difficult enough. I like solo moling because it challenges me every single time. Like, I know my max capacity, but I know every single rock is different and requires something different. So it's a fun challenge. Paul, I know there was no Quantanium. I'm just mining anything I can at this point. I just want there to be money. Doesn't matter what kind of money. See, bad influence, you put it in a better light than I did. Solo mole is it's all about the experience, and it is quite fun. I have quite a good time in the mole. It's why I do it solo all the time. It is a little more time consuming because you have to like switch from seat to seat, and then if you're too close, get back in the pilot seat. If you're not far enough, if you're too far away, you gotta switch between pilot seat and blah blah blah. It's just back and forth. And then knowing your loadouts is important, and what your mole can and can't do is important to know as well. But it's a fun challenge every single day. And that's the important part, is every time I get in the mole, I know I'm going to have fun because every single rock I come up against that I want to crack is going to be a challenge. Yeah, you know, things change, you know? Good morning, Dallas. Delias. I still don't know how to say your name, but welcome back. Yeah, Paul, the ship's not the most ideal. It's not in the most ideal condition, but I would much rather have everything flat. Like, why is there a ladder that takes me to a second level when there's already an elevator that brings me to the first? I don't know. Why does the mole need a second level? I don't know. I went on and couldn't get my ship out, so I just went to bed instead. That's fair. That is fair. Yeah, earlier on in the stream, we had a couple of people ask about solo mole mining, and I prefer the mole over the prospector. I don't even know why I took the prospector out to begin with, but we switched over to the mole, and I am 100% more comfortable in the mole than I am the prospector. Oh, perfect. That should top us off. Bam, all done. 60 SCU of Borace. Seems like a tractor module could be useful on a mining laser. Is that a thing? No, it is not a thing. You only find the tractor beam available on the baler heads for salvaging ships. It is one of the things that makes salvaging and mining heads different. Oh wait, I wonder if my, there it is. Okay, it's still down there. I can't believe I've used the same gadget all night. That's insane to me. We can't move the laser over the horizontal, and the time to scan a stone is much too long. Yeah, I agree. Like the turret placements are too long, and then like with the scanning portion of it, if the server is having FPS issues for whatever reason, Paul, it just makes that time to scan even worse. What are you mining? What do you look for the most? I always go for Terranite, Mexilite, and Gold. So when I'm in Stanton, that I do the same thing, but I'm gonna call it a night soon. Actually, I should call it a night here in the next couple minutes, but we're gonna go back to the refinery. Anyway, so I was just looking for something that was kind of valuable. My bags were still filled with aluminum and inert material from the last haul we did because I forgot to sell my stuff at the ore sales terminal. So we have borace on board now. We got 60.48 SCU of borace. And then, and the reason I picked it is because after we refine it, and I will show you here. Let me just get a window capture up real quick. There we go. That is not what we want. There. So if you look at UEX here, you can see borace is selling for 3.4K per SCU. And I am okay with that. But that being said, we are going to go back to Crew L1. Let me catch up here. Monster, first time tuning in because I was curious about the mining gameplay loop. Looks so much more complex than I was expecting. And as I was saying before, it's one of those things that it's difficult to understand at first, but once you like really get the hang of it and understand those basic concepts, you can be a master of it in like 2 weeks. There is a lot of stuff involved, but I mean, the game does most of the calculations for you. Don't be afraid of it. It's quite easy to get into it, and you'll learn by doing. Yes, absolutely. I agree with that. Jason, is auto ship loading still borked? It depends on what you're referencing. Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, it is actually. I was thinking about loading commodities, auto loading from the terminals, and I think Noobs Gaming did a video on how it's jacked up. He released that earlier tonight, I think. I'm asking because I wouldn't have thought to go for borace. Oh yeah. So remember, in the economy changes that they did in the PTU, majority of the stuff that you're mining went up by 8 to 15% when you sell it. So, but that being said, when you're looking at commodities as well, if you just want to trade commodities, the buy price generally went up by 8 to 15% as well. So you should be getting more money for mining materials rather than actually just trading. Now, is that going to bring us up to the same price that salvaging is going to do? Probably not, but we could see. The loading squares. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's still broken. Noobs Gaming did a video on that. That is 100% kaput. We'll see if it works tomorrow, though. Well, in a couple hours. Few hours. I think we got like 4 more hours before that maintenance starts. I don't know. I think salvaging's still fun. On Sunday, I did an org. Well, I do. Previously, we did Industry Sunday or Industry Monday, and then my schedule changed, so I had to switch it over to Industry Sunday. Industry Sunday, we did salvaging to kind of go over the changes for salvaging and what that looks like. And it was still a lot of fun to have all those people in a reclaimer and then another crew of people in a cargo ship just pulling off cargo from the ships that we were salvaging from the missions. Spend all my money on a Hull C, should have bought a mole. Hey, I tell you what, mining has been one of the most consistent gameplay loops forever. Tibble, any experience with the Hull C? Is it still bugged? It is absolutely still bugged, and we won't find out if it's not bugged until well, it's probably like 8 hours. It's supposed to be down for 4 hours, right, gang? So I think 8 hours we'll find out if it's still bugged or not. Downtime starts in 4 hours. But yes, I do have quite a bit of experience with the Hull C. That's how I feel right now. It used to be a relaxing gameplay and then afterwards. Now the heart rises when I get to the TDD. Ruins the relaxing part. It's not that bad anymore. I would say, I don't know. It's definitely not the prices that it was, but I think they did the right thing in reducing the prices. And I know a lot of people are not going to agree with that because salvaging has been the way it is for a long time. But I think they brought it to a good place where in the future people are they're going to reminisce on what salvaging prices were like, and they're not going to be upset with it because the way the game is going, it was a necessary change. And I think they are making that necessary change to salvaging now, which it sucks. It does, but it is what it is. I watch your hauling stuff on Discord. Oh, that's fantastic. You're that one viewer that watches from Discord. All right, Afflio, thank you for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. You have a good night, and we'll see you at the next haul. Love you, bye. My daughter's wiggling around. Oh, but she's asleep. That's good. Phaedrus. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. We did figure that out. My experience with the Hull C is it's almost always broken early on in the patch, then it gets fixed. It always works eventually, but not constantly. See, Wolf Hunter, I usually have the opposite experience of that. I usually the Hulsey usually works at the very beginning of the patch for me, and then as we get closer and closer to a PTU patch launching, it starts to fail. And as server degradation happens, it starts to fail even worse and worse and worse. And usually when the PTU is at like a release candidate state, that's when it's at its worst, and that's when I stop cargo hauling with the Hulsey. But that's just my experience. Obviously, you have a different experience. I do understand that it's preparation of crafting, but they could make those prices go down into the drain closer to crafting being released, or at least have a bit better yield until crafting comes. See, here's the thing though, like, salvaging isn't going to have anything to do with crafting, I don't think. I think it's going to have to do with base building, which that is a form of crafting, right? But base building is going to be a significantly different thing. Monster, thank you for subbing. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Haulers Club, brother. Any suggestions for a good starting point for getting into mining? Let me start with this. Do you have any mining ships currently? And which system do you prefer to mine in? Or which system do you prefer to be in? Because you can mine in both, Stan or Pyro. Most people that tune into my stream do generally prefer Stan. I run raft for cargo hauling or mostly mercenary. Hey, the raft's a great ship. I love that thing nowadays. The raft is my favorite ship. Okay, I can't say it's my favorite ship, but it is up there. It's up there. Oh, 7 Phaedrus, thank you and welcome to the stream. Oh, don't be sorry. Like, even just stopping in for a couple of minutes is perfectly fine. I appreciate that you even clicked on the stream and said hello. But Monster, huh? Depending on how much money you have and what you want to do, and I'm talking about in-game currency, not real-life money. You could start with the Golem for 1.08 mil. Oh, there you are. I do not yet. I haven't touched Pyro yet, although I do want to venture out someday. Just recently got back into SC. Cool. So, I can teach you all about mining, but there are other resources that can teach you about mining as well, like Red Monster SC. There's El Guapo, and he's primarily a live streamer, but he has some really good YouTube videos on mining and stuff. I have some mining videos, but I have not been around on YouTube and stuff as long as those two have, so they might have some better information than I do in regards to mining. Now, that being said, because we are here now, you can purchase the Golem either in the pledge store or in-game. In-game, it is about 1.08 million AUEC, right? Now, the Golem has its downsides because you can't replace the laser head, and you put different stats, buffs and debuffs on every rock that you're going to crack. So essentially, if you want to crack a good rock, like, you're going to have to put all of the power and all of the modules that you have into power just to crack that really good rock with the Golem. It's possible, but I would say the Golem has a higher learning curve than the Prospector does. Now, the Prospector is a great, I would say the Prospector is probably more of a starting ship than the Golem is. And you can rent the Golem or the Prospector for 73k a day. Now, I don't recommend you do this because you can't modify anything on it. So you're just stuck with that base laser head that's on there. But, well, I guess you could, like, unlock the ports and then take the head off and throw on another head. So I would recommend get the money in game to go get the prospector and mess around with like smaller rocks and see what they are and how to work with them. Bad Influence just gave a good recommendation that Regolith has Regolith.rocks, which here I will show you that as well. So this is Regolith.rocks, and let me hide the chat real quick because, and you can see here like this particular chart will tell you everything you need to know about mining, like where to find certain materials, right? Like you can then look at the different rock types and see that these these are your asteroids that are available in Stanton. These are the materials inside of them. These are the resistant or the stats that these rocks will have. And then you take all that information and you can compare it to, anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's very complicating in the beginning, and then it gets better over time. It gets much easier. As soon as you break that hump of beginner status, so to say, like you move into intermediate like range of mining, it's very you can very quickly go from intermediate all the way up to master, if that makes sense. Even though there's no like reputation, like if you were basing your own, if you were like judging yourself, you could go that quickly. Buy some upgraded storage cans for the prospector. Yes. Make sure you come into the refinery shop and go to containers and buy these Argo ore pods, because the prospector comes with these misc ore pods, which only hold 8 SCU, and the Argo ore pods hold 12. So you get a significant upgrade. There's a lot of stuff, right? I would recommend that you watch some YouTube videos, whether they are mine or somebody else's. There's a lot of good like beginners mining content. In fact, I think Red Monster SC just finished like a month or two ago his mining guide, like his master mining guide, which may be more useful to you at this point. And that'll really like get your foot in the door. But first step, I would say go get a prospector, because that'll be your first real big purchase that you'll need. You could do it in a golem, but like I said, I think the golem has a higher learning curve than the prospector does. Three hours. Gang, I'm not staying up for 3 hours. I hope this refinery order is here when I get back. Jason, you keep bringing up point after point, and they are amazing. Amazing points. Yes, the Prospector is also a solo ship. It's not like the Mole where I'm having to hop from seat to seat. Okay, let's clear out the ore pods here. Because I forgot to do this last time. Okay. I was looking to see if I had any viewers on Twitch, which I don't. So thanks, YouTube. You're supporting me, and that's why I love you so much. I love all my YouTube members. Heart. Heart. That being said, it is 1 a.m. here, and I need to go to bed because if I don't, whenever my daughter is done being sick and I have to take her to school in the mornings, I am going to have an off sleep schedule, and it's going to be terrible. So, to all my European friends here, you have a good night, or have a good morning, I should say. All my folks, Paul, I know you're in Asia and all that stuff. All my Asian, Australian folks, New Zealanders, my Kiwis, y'all have a good night. To my fellow Americans, good morning, and I'll see you in a few hours. Everybody, thank you for stopping by. I'm Sax of Wine with SC Haulers, and we'll see you at the next haul. Love you, bye. McLeod, thank you so much. I'm glad to have you from the UK. Heart. I know I said I was leaving, but I read the chat and now